this is really a policy issue. It's the policies that Ron DeSantis adopted in Florida that are different than these other states. So this will be an election or a midterms on policy.
Absolutely.
Not personality, because there's so many different people running.
I think that's true. Ron DeSantis, unlike Gavin Newsom in California, for instance, or Andrew Cuomo in New York, trusts the American people. And he has argued quite succinctly that if you trust the American people, if you give them the requisite level of information, you can maintain liberty. And that is one of the things that has been missing throughout this entire pandemic, as left-wing governors have used the pandemic to grab more and more power. In addition, we now have a situation involving President Biden and his ability or inability, as we shall see, to pass a so-called COVID relief bill. I think if you actually look at the details, for instance, of that bill, it does not advance, quote-unquote, COVID relief. It advances special interest relief. And so there's an emerging split within the Democratic Party between the left-wing progressives and the so-called mainstreamers, which might include Joe Manchin, for instance, surrounding the minimum wage, surrounding whether or not to pack within a COVID relief bill a pro-abortion, pro-eugenics agenda. And I think it will be interesting to see what actually happens as this goes forward. But clearly in the House of Representatives, the left-wingers are in charge, and we shall see what will happen in the United States Senate.
I think the test, Jordan, like you said, is in the midterms. If the House comes back to the Democrats, to the Republicans, and the Senate flips back to the Republicans, well, then I think for President Trump and for others, it's a different pathway. If it does not, then you've got to reevaluate what's going on here. But you should always be reevaluating. But I think that's where the policies are going to make a big difference. And foreign policy, I think, is going to become a big part of this. And that's why we beefed up our policy team here at the ACLJ. As you know, we have just brought on the former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, as our senior counsel for global affairs. We previously brought on, back in the latter part of last year, Ambassador Rick Grinnell, former acting director of national intelligence, to be our senior advisor on international matters as well as national intelligence. We are expanding the work of the ACLJ and continuing to do that. We will be announcing some new hires in the next coming days. We are in a matching challenge campaign. We do these about 4 or 5 times a year. This is one of them. Go to aclj.org, and any amount you donate, we get a matching gift for. aclj.org. Have your gift doubled.